Namaste. We have been joined with, Bhargavi from VSVP has joined us for this class to give an introduction about one of Vyoma's programs. So I'll ask her to take over. Namaste.
Yes, ma'am. Can I present now, ma'am? Okay. Just a second, I'll share my screen. Sorry. Namaste, everyone. So we wanted to tell about the vyoma-samskrta-pathasala program. So this is for it is basically an online gurukulam which happens after school for children from 6 years to 12 years. So this has about 3 levels, that is Shravanananda, Vicharananda and Acharananda. So each program, each level runs for about 1 year. So where children get exposed to the Indian knowledge systems, so understanding our Indian Sanskriti better and to develop good samskaras. So the subjects that are covered are Sanskritam, spoken Sanskritam, and Shloka, stories, Indian cultural concepts, and activities and quizzes will also be there. So this program, the duration is from June to February. But since this is an after-school Gurukulam, and also we are mindful that the children also have to attend the regular school, there will be winter breaks and summer breaks as well. And it also ends in February, so that after that they can prepare for their regular exams and so. So this program usually runs from Monday to Thursday, from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. So the age is 6 to 12 years. So we just wanted to ask you all, if at all, if you know any children whom you think that they'll be benefited from this course, please do spread the word. I will also share this course link, so you can go to the web page and know more about this program. If at all, if you have any doubts, or if any parent have any doubt regarding this course, they can definitely write to us at vsvp.vyoma@gmail.com. We'll be happy to answer. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Visalakshi ma'am, for letting us present in your class. Dhanyawada.
Yeah. Thank you. So, as she said, you can go to the website and check out for the details. Now we will start with our regular class. Yeah. Okay. नमः सुन्दरनाथाय तस्मै हालास्य वासिने चतुष्षष्टि विधालीला येनाकारि भुवस्थले श्रीमत्सुन्दरनाथस्य देवीं शफरलोचनां कलये हृदये नित्यं कदम्ब वनवासिनी पूतं स्वतः पूततरं ततो यद्गाङ्गम्भयः शङ्करमौलिसङ्गात् तत्पातु मातुः प्रणयापराधपादाहतैः पूततमं ततो नः मलिनो निर्ममज्जास्मिन् उन्ममज्जाथ निर्मलः प्रागभूत् केवलो भौमः सार्वभौमोऽथ दन्तिनाम् उत्तीर्य बहिरन्तश्च नीरजा नीरजाकरात् अतीयाय सतं शापम् अधीयाय मुनेर्गिरः गाङ्गेयैः शैवगाङ्गेयैः कमलैः कमलास्पदैः एकदन्तं चतुर्दन्तः सिन्धुरं सिन्धुरो अर्चयत्. So we are looking at the second Shivaleela, wherein Airavata did a mistake of taking the Devi Prasadam and putting it under his leg, and he stamped that mala. And so he was cursed by Durvasa to go and live as a normal elephant. So as he was roaming around in this world, Bhuvasthale, what are all the activities that Airavata did? Dikshitar explained it very beautifully. And as I said before, this description of the elephant behavior, Swabhavokti, it doesn't find a place in either Tiruvilayadal Puranam or nor does it find a place in Halasya Mahatmyam. It is something unique that the poet is giving us a description of how an elephant will behave. This is also in keeping with the lakshanam of a sarga, of a kavyam in according to Sanskrita kavyam, right? According to Kavya Darsha, nature description of animals and all that. Now at the end of his Shapa period, so the initially Durvasa, when he gave the curse, he did not give an end for the Shapam. After the Devas all came and did namaskaram to Durvasa, he said that Shapa avadhistu tatra sundaresha lingasya darshanadeva tasya archanadeva tatra shapasya avadhihi bhavati iti uktam Durvasasa eva. Atra, so as he was moving from the Mahendra mountain, we saw that the Mahendra mountain is at the tip of the peninsula, and it is the mountain from where Hanuman crossed the ocean. And so from the Mahendra mountain, he comes slowly inland towards Madurai, where you have the Kadambavanam. And there is this Potramarai Kulam, right? Hemabjini or Suvarnabjini. Suvarna Kamalini iti. There are different names for it. It is also known as Shivaganga. That gives a connection to the earlier Sarga, where there is a description of how that Saras was created by Parameshwara using his Trishulam. And the Ganga waters from his head also fell inside that Saras, and hence he was that Saras, that Tatakam lake was called Shivaganga. So this elephant, as he was moving towards this Kadambavanam, the moment he entered that Kadambavanam, the bees were all attracted towards the smell, and then they showed the way for Airavata to come in. This Airavata, as soon as he saw Airavata Avataraha, प्रथमं तु अवताररूपेण तत्र साधारणगजः आसीत् तदनन्तरम् एव यदा सः निर्ममज्ज अस्मिन् सरसि. So when he went into that lake and came out, as he went into the lake, he was very dirty with both the sin and dhuli dhusaritah asit saha. Tasmat yada unmamajja, when he came out of that, he became a king. At the same time, he also was devoid of the sin and any dirt that was there, right? Then he first did an archana to Ganesha. So Gananam Ishaha Saha iti karanat tasyeva prathama puja vihita. For anything you start, any auspicious things, we always say Vigna Vinashakaha iti karanat tasya prathamam tasyeva puja karaniya iti. Right? Ganesha is the first person that we all do puja towards. It's more, as I said, it's not only Vigna Vinashaka ityadi, that is one part, and the other part is also to make us to organize our thoughts and bring a focus to our mind, so that we are focused on the task at hand of praying, doing puja, etc., etc. To bring in that strength, you need the presence of Ganesha initially. So this elephant also, as soon as he became Airavata, Chaturdantaha Abhut, he got 4 tusks. Airavata has 4 tusks, whereas Ganesha, he has only 1 tusk here. So Chaturdantaha Ekadantam Archayat. He did an archana for that. One way to, I said that there is a problem with the word archayat. It is not lang lakara. We can take it as combined with the next shloka and probably make it as archayan in a Shatra Pratyaya format, to take it as continuous with the next shloka, where he goes and does Abhishekam for Ishvara and Shakti. Okay, so we move on to the 35th shloka. Hopefully we can complete this Leela. The Leela finishes with the 40th shloka. So let's see. Pushkarair abhishitya ishau pushkara upahritaihi ayam pushkarairevacha anarcha pushkaram gahitum punaha. Now you have four pushkaras here, but 5 meanings for the word pushkara. That's Nilakanta Dikshita's kavitvam that is shown in the shloka. The earlier shloka also, he made it into a very chatu shlokam where he said, what was that? Gangeyahi, Shaiva Gangeyahi. Right? Gangeya meaning Swarnam. Shaiva Gangeya is Shivagangayaha Udbhavani. Then Kamala and Kamala. Ekadanta, Chaturdanta, Sindhura, Sindhura. Right? Now he uses just one word. There at least it was 2 words which were repeating. Here it is just one word, and every pada starts with that word. Pushkaraihi, then Pushkara Upahritaihi, again Pushkaraihi, and then Pushkaram. So each Pushkara has a different meaning. So I'll give you the simple meaning and then we'll go into the words. So ayam Airavataha. Adhuna tu Airavata avataraha nasti. It is Airavata himself. He has become, he has gotten back his original form now. So ayam Airavataha Pushkara Upahritaihi. Pushkaraihi. So the different meanings of Pushkara are, first Pushkaram, you take it as Pushkara Upahritaihi Pushkarat. Pushkarini, we say for a lake or a tank. Yeah. So Pushkaram is a Jalashaya, Tataka. So from the lake, Upahritam, Anitaihi, Pushkaraihi. Pushkara here is Jalam. Jalashayasyapi Pushkaram, Pushkaraha. Pushkaram iti jalasyapi tatra padam. So you can have, first is tirtham. So tirthat upahritaihi. Pushkara upahritaihi. Pushkaraihi. Jalaihi. Jalam can, there can be different kinds of water, so or with a lot of water. You can have it as bahuvachanam also. So pushkara upahritaihi pushkaraihi ishau abhishitya. Abhishitya abhishekam kritva. After doing an abhishekam for both ishau ityatra ishaha cha ishau. So only one remains. When you have a pullinga and a strilinga padam of the same stri and puman. So let's say it is a gajacha, and you want to say it as one word, the samasta padam is not gaje. You will have to make it into ekashesham and it should be in pullinga. So you say gajau. Gajau can mean gajahacha, or it can also mean gajahacha. There can be a female elephant and a male elephant, but the resultant word will be in pullinga. The same with the certain words which have a female counterpart also, like Ishaha. Ishaha here is the controller, supreme controller, who is Shiva, and he has an Isha, supreme controller Shakti, who also controls everybody, being the inner power of every being in this world. So Ishacha, there is a sutram also there. I think Puman Striya, I think only Puman, Pullingam remains when the word is connected with the Strilinga Padam of it. So there is an Ekasesha there. So Ishau, Isha Patni cha, Ishaha cha, athava Isha cha, Ishaha cha, iti Ishau, he Abhishitya. After doing Abhishekam for both Shiva and Shakti, with what? Pushkaraihi, with the waters, Pushkara Upahritaihi, brought from the lake. Okay. Next, what did he do? Pushkaraihi eva anarcha archayati. He did an archana with the Pushkara. Pushkaram here means Kamalam. Okay, so Pushkaraihi eva with the with the lotuses, he did a an archana, anarcha. Anarcha is also lit lakara for archayati. So archati is the lat lakara, archa pujayamiti. It's a bhadigana dhatu. And when you have to go for the lit lakara is anarcha. Okay. So anarcha pushkaraihi eva cha anarcha, and he also did an archana with the pushkara itself. So what is this pushkara here? It can't be jalam. Jalena tu archanam kartum na shaknumaha. You can't take one bindu and do one archana with the jalam. So archana is usually done using some padartham there, and so here you take it as kamalam. So pushkaraihi evacha anarcha. For what did he do all of this? Punaha pushkaram gahitum. Punaha again. Pushkaram gahitum. Here pushkaram means akasham. Suramargaha. So akasham gahitum arodhum. In order to climb onto the akasha or go to the akasha. So he, even the Airavata, when he was an ordinary elephant, he went into this Pushkarini, and when he came out, he became Airavata. But for him to get back to that Akasham, the whole thing will be completed only if he does puja to Sundarlingam. So he has to come there and do the Archana. That is why Pushkaram Punaha Gahitum. In order to go to heaven, Swarga or Akasham again, Pushkaraihi eva anarcha, he did an archana using Pushkara, which is Kamalam. So if you go to Amarakosha, there are a couple of references. The first reference you will find is in for Akasham, which is Dyo Divau Dve Striyam Abhram Vyoma Pushkaram Ambaram. See, Amarakosha, the way they list is they will give you the words. It's like a thesaurus, right? It's just a nama linga anushasanam. Amarakosha, Amarasimha is the name of the person who has written the kosha, but the text is called Namalinga Anushasanam. Nama iti nama padam. It gives you the words which are nouns, and then linga, it also specifies the gender in which that word has to occur. In certain cases, it will also give you the vachanam, depending on whether it is a nitya bahuvachanam or nitya dvivachanam, ityadikam, drishtva tatra. So certain words are there, like daraha is a nitya pullinga nitya bahuvachanam. So in those cases, he will give you bhumni. When you see the word bhumni, it means it will be used only in bahuvachanam. There are no parallel words in ekavachanam or dvivachanam. Now here, how does he say this? Dyo, divau. These are two words. Dyauhu. Dyauhu is the prathama ekavachanam. Dyo is its, or dyu is its, adena pratipadikam. So dyauhu and diva, the Dyauhu, sorry, Dyo and Dyoho and Dyauhu, both Okaranta and Okaranta Padam, these two are in Strilinga, both indicate Akasham. How do we know that these two indicate Akasham? We don't know Dyo, the word Dyo also we don't know. We don't know the word Dyauhu also. So how do we understand that this is Akasham? Then you move on to the following words. Abhram, Vyoma, Pushkaram, Ambaram. Something or the other will be familiar there. Vyoma. Right? Vyoma is Akasha. Or Abhram Lihaha, Abhra, something you must have read. Ambaram, Digambaraha. Somewhere you look for these words which are familiar and you will know the meaning of those words. Then you can correlate that, oh, these two must be in Strilingam for Akasha. All of these are in Napunsakalingam, because you know when you say Abhram, and every word that is mentioned here mostly will be in Prathama Vibhakti. Maximum. Sometimes it will be in Saptami Vibhakti. That I will come to it later, because we are going to have that here. I'll come to that. So, Dyo, Divau, Dve, Striyam, Abhram, Vyoma, Pushkaram, Ambaram. These are the different words for Vyoma, Akasha, Ambara. So, Pushkaram is in Napunsakalinga for Akasham. So, when you say Pushkaram Gahitum, it is a Pushkara Shabdaha, Napunsakalingaha, Akarantaha, Napunsakalingaha, and it is Dvitiya Ekavachanam. So Pushkaram Gahitum, again to go to the Akasha or back to his domain where he has to be. So that is one word. The next you will find in the 10th kandam, which is for Jalam and for Kamalam. So Kabandham, Udakam, Pathaha, Pushkaram, Sarvato Mukham. How do you know that it is water? Again, Udakam. Right? So all of these are mentioned in Napunsakalinga. So we take it as Pushkaram is also in Napunsakalinga. So when you say the first one, Pushkaraihi Archayat, Anarcha, the first part, Abhishitya, sorry, not Archana, Abhishitya, Abhishekam tu Katham Kriyate, Jalaihi eva Kriyate, Tatra Jalam iti Napunsakalinga Padam, or Pushkaram iti Napunsakalinga Padam, for water. The next is Bisa Prasuna Rajiva Pushkara Amboruhani. Now, here every word was given separately. Pathaha is also for water. Kabandham also means water. And these words are given so that the Kavi can use it in this manner to, if there is a different meanings for one word or different words for one meaning, one padartham, and it gives so much of ground for the Kavi to play with those things and give you such Shabdalankaras. So Kabandha also means a Rakshasa. Kabandha can mean only the torso, right? Without the bottom part of the body. So that can also mean, or without the head is the Kabandha, not the other way around. Now, those were given as separate words, and we know that it was Napunsaka. Now, in this, if you look at this last line, this does not have those words as separate. It says Bisa Prasuna, Rajiva, Pushkara, Amboruhani. Amboruhani iti tu Napunsakalingasya Bahuvachana Padam. We know Palam Phale, Phalani. Since it reminds us of that, then we know all of these should be in Napunsakalingam. So Bisa Prasunam. Bisa is the lotus stalk. Something that comes out of the lotus stalk. Prasunam. Bisa Prasunam is Kamalam. Rajivam. Rajivaksha, Rajiva Nayanaha. We've seen that, right? So, Ade Pushkarekshanaha, Ramo Viramo Virajo, Margo Nayo Nayo Nayaha, Vishnu Sahasranama has that. So, Pushkarekshanaha, Pushkara Iva Ikshanam Vyasya. Pushkaram Iva Ikshanam Vyasya. Pushkarantu Tatra Kamalam, Kamarekshanaha. So, Ambhoruham, Ambuni Jayate or Ambhasi Jayate. So, Ambhoruha, Rohanti. These are all words for Kamalam. So we have done for 3 now, right? Now we still have to have something else also. Now, if you look at this shloka, this comes in the, I have given you the reference in Amarakosha, which is 33185. Now, the moment you see the number 3, then the vargam is called Nanartha Varga. Nanartha Varga ityukte, pratyeka shabdasya, padasya, there can be many meanings for just one word. Like, for example, something that we all probably are familiar with is Harihi. Harihi can mean Vishnu. Hari is lion, Naraharihi. Right? We know, we are familiar, but immediately if you say you can't recollect, we know these meanings. Somewhere we have read all over the place. To get it together is where Amarakosha helps you. Understand? So, Hari can mean Simha. It is Hari iti Hari Mukham ityukte Hanuman, Kapihi. So, Vanaraha. You can have Vishnu, Indra, Bhekaha. Even a frog is called Hari. I don't know what context it will be used, but yeah, there are many different meanings for that. In the same way, here also, the word that is in Prathama Vibhakti is the defined word. That is the Prakritam. And the rest are all in Saptami Vibhakti. Karihasta, Gre, Vadya Bhanda Mukhe, Jale, Vyomni, Khadga Phale, Padme, Tirthaushadi Vishesha Yoho. This is also in Saptami, the Dvivachana. Everything else is in Saptami. Then you take it as meaning. In this meaning, you can use the word Pushkara. I just wanted to use this opportunity to give a small idea about Amarakosham also, because we never take it up and read, or in Vyakhyanas we generally dismiss this. That's how I usually used to be before, but now slowly I'm also looking at this Amarakosham and I find it a fascinating book, and I just wanted to share. If it sparks your interest, that's my my day is made. That's all. So Pushkaram is the word which can be in these different meanings. What is the meaning that he gives? Kari hasta agre. Now we are going to use this meaning also there. Kari is elephant, hasta it's trunk, and agram is the front portion of that trunk. You know, the nostrils that are there in the trunk, that portion is called pushkaram, maybe because it resembles a small flower. It's all it looks like a flower, right? I think that is why it is also called pushkaram. So karihasta gre, the front portion of that the trunk of an elephant is called pushkaram. Vadya bhanda mukhe pushkaram upayujyate. You can say pushkaram iti padam upayujyate. The word pushkara is being used in the sense of vadya bhanda mukhe. There is a vadyam, there is a particular instrument, it's a percussion instrument called pushkara, muraja, mridanga vartate. So the front portion of that, mukham is usually the entrance, or the front portion of it is called pushkara. Jale, Pushkaram, Jalam. We saw this. Kabandham udakam pathaha, right? Vyomni, Dyo divau dve striyam abhram vyoma pushkaram ambaram, right? So Vyomni, Akashe arthe pushkaram upayujyate. Khadga phale. It's a kind of fruit. I think so. I didn't check the amaram. Padme, tamarepu, on the lotus. Now this one is also what we want, because we don't have a separate mentioning for shunda, that is the trunk, and tatakam. We find those two meanings only here in the nanartha varga. We don't find a separate sentence for it in the earlier vargas, but we find it only in the third varga. Tirtha is the tirtha place, pushkarini. So it is a tatakam, and it is also, pushkara is also an aushadhi vishesha. It is a medicine. There is a kind of medicine which is also called pushkara. So pushkaram karihastagre vadya bhanda mukhe jale vyomni khadga palet padme tirthaushadhi visheshayoh. These are the different meanings for pushkara. Now let's go back to the shlokam and see how Nilakanta Dikshita has used all of these in a very beautiful manner. I don't know. Only he can think about it, I think. So Pushkara, there have been, if you look at Kavis and their works in either in Bharavi or Raghava Yadaviyam, or even in Shishupala Naishadhiyam, this kind of play on words is very common. But in a very simple Anushtubh shloka, and in a very simple manner to understand also, I think Nilakanta Dikshita excels other poets. That's my personal view. Pushkaraihi abhishitya ishau pushkara upahritaihi ayam. So first he brings the water from the tatakam. So the first pushkara upahrita, you use that pushkara upahrita twice. So pushkara upahritaihi pushkaraihi ishau abhishitya. After doing Abhisheka with the Jalam for both Shiva and Shakti, with the waters that he got from the lake, Pushkara Upahritaihi. Since this Pushkara Upahrita is in the middle here, it can go for both this section and it can come for this section also. So that's how he has arranged it beautifully. If you look at it, if it was in the beginning, then probably I wouldn't say it will go for both. But since he has put it in the middle, it's easier to connect with the next following part also. So take it again once more and do it as punaha pushkaram gahitum, in order to go to the sky or go back to his 1 minute. Go back to his swargam akasha. Pushkara upahritaihi atrato pushkarena upahritaihi iti vaktavyam. So prathamam tu pushkarat upahritaihi. Yadi vayam panchami vibhaktim upayujmahe, then it is pushkarat, tatakat, sorry, thatakat. The second one, you take it in Tritiya Vibhakti, pushkarena upahritaihi. Those flowers which were brought with the Karihastagram, with his trunk, pushkara. So pushkara upahritaihi, pushkaraihi eva anarcha. He did an archana with the lotuses that he brought with his trunk. Okay. So pushkarair abhishicya ishau pushkaropahritaihi ayam pushkaraireva cha anarcha pushkaram gahitum punaha. The next is sitam hi kanchanam pushpam shivasyaiva abhavan mude pishangam tu tadanitam pritaye shivayor abhut. The two different kinds of flowers were there. One is a white golden flower. The other is a nice tawny or reddish golden flower was there. So he used both flowers to do an archana to Shiva and Shakti. The white flower is actually in the Tamil book that I have, he says Umatta Pushpam. But you can, because that Suvarna Padmini is filled with a lot of golden flowers, some are whitish gold and there is white gold, right? There is also a golden brownish gold that can also exist. So one is a white flower, Sitam Kanchanam Pushpam, white golden flower. Shivasyaiva Mude Abhavat. Abhavan Mude, here there is a sandhi that happens. So it is you, when you split, you take it as Abhavat Mude Abhavat. Mud is a Strilinga Padam for Santoshaha. Mut, Muda. Muda is also another Strilinga Padam. You can have Muda, Mude, Mudaha ityapi. But Mud, Mudau, Mudaha, Mudam, Mudau, Mudam, Mude for happiness. So that is in Chaturthi Vibhakti. Shivasya Mude Abhavat. It gave happiness for Shiva. Tada Anitam or Tadanitam can mean Tena Anitam. You can split it in two ways. You can say Tada Anitam or Tena Anitam as one word. So Airavatena Anitam Pishangam Kanchanam Pushpam. You connect this again. This Kanchanam Pushpam should come with both. Okay, both Sitam Kanchanam Pushpam and Pishangam Kanchanam Pushpam. Yadyat Pushpam Tatra Pushkarinyam Vartate Tat Sarvamapi Kanchanam Pushpameva. Tasmadeva Tasya Namapi Suvarna Padmini Ityeva Asit. So every flower that is there is a golden flower. It is either a white golden flower, Sitam Kanchanam Pushpam, white flowers. Shiva loves white flowers. The best flower is this Arka Pushpam or Tumba Pumbo. Another very small flower. Nowadays, you don't find it also. In those days, when a lot of these flowers and the plants used to grow on the sidewalks, you will find these very nondescript small plant with even smaller, tiny white flowers. It's called Tumbapu. It's an edible flower also. So that Tumbapu, I don't know what to say in English. If anybody can find out online, please let me know at the end of the session. So this Tumbapu is white in color and it's very small, but Shiva is supposed to be a fan of that flower. And the Sharak Konnambo, it's another like a flame of the forest. You have another flower which is also yellow in color. Each flower is Vilva is supposed to also be Shiva's favorite. So like that you have many such flowers. So Sitam Kanchanam Pushpam, the white golden flower was for the happiness of Shiva, and Pishangam, take that Kanchanam Pushpam again. Tadanitam, the reddish or brownish golden flower that was brought by Airavata was for the happiness of Pritaye, for the satisfaction of Shivayoho Abhut. Shivayoho Pritaye Abhut. Again here also, like the earlier shloka, Shivahacha, Shivacha, Shivayoho, Ishahacha, Ishacha. That Puman Striya iti sutram atrapi pravartate. So Shivayoho. You can't have it as Shiva, Shive iti. So you take it as Shivau. only the pullingam remains. So Shivayoho Pritaye Abhut, that the golden yellowish or the brownish golden flower gave a lot of happiness for both Shiva and Shakti. So Sitam hi kanchanam pushpam Shivasyiva bhut mude Vishangam tu tadanitam Pritaye Shivayor Abhut. You know why he has used two words, mude and Pritaye? If you use the same word, it is called, there is a dosham in Sahitya Shastra called Punarukti dosha. Even if you are using the word in the same meaning, then you will have to use a different word. If you want to express the same meaning twice, then you will have to use another word. Please note your questions down, and you can ask your questions at the end. I will give some time. So sitam hi kanchanam pushpam shivasyaiva bhavad mude. Mud also means priti. Pritihi is also santoshaha, so satisfaction. Vishangam tu tadanitam pritaye shivayor abhut. Shloka 37. Muktashapo gajaha prithivim muda yad apachaskare gajatirthamiti khyaatam tad babhuva mahatsaraha. Now, in this shloka and the next shloka, there are some mentions about certain places, and I'm not sure if those are available today. Okay. Yeah. Muktashapo gajaha prithivim yada muda yat apachaskare. The fact that the elephant, he became freed of mukta shapaha, freed of that curse. Muktaha shapaha, his yena saha, one who had gotten himself released from the shapam, from the curse. So mukta shapaha gajaha, the elephant who was freed from the curse, what did he do? So immediately he'll be very happy, right? Muda. The moment he is happy, what does an animal do? Apachaskare. We had this word even earlier, somewhere around the 20s, we had this word apachaskare. That is, it is a kiranam. That they scratch the earth in such a manner because they are very happy, and it is a swabhavam of the animals to just dig the floor wherever they are, right? Dig mud, scratching the floor. This is done by even cows and buffaloes. Many animals do that. It's a swabhavam. So there is a swabhavokti here. The moment the elephant was freed from the curse, Prithivim apachaskare, muda apachaskare, he was very happy and he dug the earth. Now, this is not a sadharana gaja. Now he has become Airavata. So imagine the amount of strength that this elephant must have. As he dug the earth, there sprung water there and it became a huge lake. Gajatirthamiti tat mahat saraha gajatirthamiti khyatam mahat saraha babhuva. Tat yat apachaskare, whatever he dug on this earth, that portion, that section became a mahat saraha. It became a huge lake called Gajatirtham. It Yanai Eringra, elephant lake. This lake is probably not present today. If you look at the location of whatever is mentioned in Google, it has no connection with Kadambavanam or Madurai or anything. So we are looking at some other yugam, some other in the Chaturyuga, in a Manvantara. This is one Manvantara happens and then another Manvantara has started, and it is also in another yugam. So if we are trying to map a lot of things that happened long before, it can be little difficult to find those places or those specific items today, right? It can be tough. Because there is so much of change, geological changes that have happened to this bhumi and the universe. So it's tough to identify those things. And if you are able to, please let me know also. I couldn't find any information about this. So muktashapaha gajaha prithivim muda yad apachaskare gajatirtham iti khyatam tad babhuva mahatsaraha. So it became a huge lake. Next, Airavateshwaram lingam, Airavata vinayakam, Satire sarasastasya sthapayitva abhyapujayat. Every person who wants to do a puja to their Ishta Devata, they will want to do it in the form that they like to. This is very common. So that's why you have so many temples. Even though there are 25 temples, you have a 26th temple coming up. Because each one has their own way of expressing what they think about Parameshwara. The same happens with Airavatam also. So Saha Airavataha Tasya Sarasaha Tire. Tasya Sarasaha itukte Purvam Yat Apachaskare Tasya Sarasaha Tire. Iti. So on the banks of the lake which was just formed, that Gajatirtham, on the banks of that Gajatirtham, Airavateshwaram Lingam, Airavata Vinayakam cha Sthapayitva Abhyapujayat. He established Sthapanam Akarot Kasya Ekasya Lingasya Tadanantaram Vinayakasyapi. Being a god of their species, he had to do a sthapana of Vinayaka also. At the same time, it was the lingam which gave him the Shapa Vimukti. So doing Archana for the lingam was responsible for that. So he also established another linga, and that lingam was called Airavateshwara, the Lord of Airavata. Airavateshwaram lingam sthapayitva. Tadanantaram Airavata Vinayakam sthapayitva. And establishing a Vinayaka, an idol of Vinayaka, called Airavata Vinayaka. Now, if anywhere you find that, then you will know it is a Vinayaka which was for which Airavata had done puja. So it is called Airavata Vinayaka. Sthapayitva, after establishing that, Abhyapujayat, he worshipped both the lingam and Vinayakam. Airavateshwaram lingam, Airavata Vinayakam, Satire Sarasastasya Sthapayitva Abhyapujayat. These are very simple shlokas. So just going through them. Purandareshwaram nama purvataha sundareshituhu swami namankitam lingam sthapayamasa cha aparam. Another lingam also he established in the name of his lord, which is Indra. Purandareshwaram nama Sundara Ishituhu Purvataha, to the eastern side of Sundaresha. Sundara Ishita. Ishita is a controller. The controller who is very beautiful to look at, very handsome to look at. So Sundareshwara, Sundara Ishita. So you can say, call him as Sundareshwara, Sundaresha, or Sundareshita. These are all they all mean the same only. Ishita, Ishwaraha, Ishaha, Sarvam tu tatra paryayivachi shabdaha eva. So, Sundare Ishituhu Purvataha, to the eastern side of Sundaresha Lingam. So you have Sundarlingam, which was first established by Indra during the Vritra Hananam. Now to the eastern side of that, Swami Nama Ankitam Purandareshwaram Nama Lingam Aparam Lingam Sthapayamasa. So Saha is not here. You take it from the earlier shloka. Airavata Sthapayamasa, he established Aparam Lingam, another linga by the name Purandareshwara. Purandara, Puram Darayati, I think Puram. So this is Indra here. So Purandara, the Vyutpati there is actually Arinam Puraha Darayati, one who destroys the cities of enemies. So Asuranam Puranam Darayita, one who destroys the enemy forts and everything. So Indra is called Purandaraha. We've seen this word in second Sarga, right from second Sarga, we've seen the word, right? So Purandareshwaram, Swami Nama Ankitam Lingam. By name Purandareshwara, which is Ankita, which has the symbol or which has the name which is identified, Ankitam, which is identified by the name of its Swami, of Airavata Swami Lord, which is Indra. So Swami Nama Ankitam Purandareshwaram Nama Aparam Lingam cha Sthapayamasa. Where did he establish it? To the eastern side of the already existing Sundaresha Lingam. So Purandareshwaram Nama Purvataha Sundareshituhu Swami Namankitam Lingam Sthapayamasa Chaparam. And the last shloka, not for this Sarga, but for this Leela, the second Leela of Airavata Shapa Vimochanam. Then from the 41st shloka, you have the third Leela starting. Prahita Sundareshena Sahitatra Chiram Vasanna Punarjagama Swam Dhama पुरुहूतेन च आदृतः सुन्दरेशेन प्रहितः सः तत्र चिरं वसन् पुरुहूतेन आदृतः च स्वं धाम पुनः जगाम तत्र चिरं वसन् actually the tatra chiram vasan तदनन्तरं सुन्दरेशेन प्रहितः सन् सः ऐरावतः पुरुहूतेन I'll have to reverse the अन्वय later. Yeah, so tatra chiram vasan is the first part that we have to look at. So where tatra itukte wherever he established both the Airavata lingam and the Purandareshwara lingam, he stayed there for a long time. Chiram vasan, it's all nearby, very close by. So there were 3 lingas for Airavata to go and do Archana. He did not feel like going at all. So Tatra Chiram Vasan, he stayed there for a long time. And then Sundareshena Prahitaha, then he was sent by Sundaresha, Parameshwara. Parameshwara came and sent Airavata to go back to its original place. He said, you have been here for a long time, now you can go back. And Puruhutena Adritaha, being honored by Puruhuta. Puruhuta also is Indra here, another word for Indra. So Puruhutena Adritaha, being honored by Indra, Puruhuta, Hutam ityukte Ahwanam Kritam. Yagneshu, one who is being called constantly many times in the yajna. We always say Indra idam namah. No yajna happens, no yagam happens without calling Indra. So Indra is a person who is called a lot. Puru ityukte bahu. So one who is called a lot. So Puruhutena Adritaha, being honored by or being called back by Indra, honored the Adarena Adara Purvakam Yaha Ahutaha iti. Swam Dama Punar Jagama. Airavata also went back to its original place. Dhama here is its place. Sthanam. Swam Sthanam Swagraham Athava Yatra Tasya Adhikara Sthanam Vartate Tatra. So wherever is his position of power, he went back to that place. So Prahitas Sundareshena Sahitatra Chiram Vasan Punar Jagama Swam Dhama Puruhutena cha Adritaha. Okay, so we'll stop with this. Any questions? You can raise your hand and I will. Namaste. Arun Kumar.
किञ्चित् अहं संस्कृते वक्तुं किञ्चित् प्रयत्नं करोमि महोदय.
चलो. Yes, sure.
अस्य पाठस्य प्रथम श्लोकस्य अर्थम् एवं भवति. पुष्करेभ्यः तस्य पुष्करेण पुष्करम् आनीय शिवौ अभिषिञ्च्य तदनन्तरं पुष्करेण आनर्च अपि.
पुष्करैः आनर्च कमलैः इति.
कमलैः आनर्च. किमर्थम् एवं करोति इत्युक्ते सः पुनः पुष्करं गाहितुम् एवम् अकरोत्.
करेक्ट्.
अत्र उपहृत्य उपहरति एक्साक्ट् मीनिंग என்ன மேடம்?
கொண்டு வருதுன்னு அர்த்தம். ஆனிய இது
கொண்டு வரதுன்னா முள்றதுன்னு வராது. உபஹரத்தினா கொண்டு ஆனியன்னு அர்த்தம்.
ஆனிய ஜலம் ஆனிய புஷ்கராத் தடாகாத் ஜல ஆனிய ஜலைஹி அப்படிதான் கொண்டு வருதுங்கிற அர்த்தத்துல தான்.
அது காஹித்தும் வந்து காக்கு தாத்து காஹதே அது பெனிட்ரேட் டைவ் இந்த அர்த்தத்துல வரும்.
Dive, that is one meaning also. The other way to look at gahate is you take it as gachati punaha arodhum அப்படின்னு எடுத்துக்கலாம். ஏறுவதற்கு அப்படின்னு.
ஆரோகணம். க்யாதம் க்யாதம்
ஆக்யாதம் பெயர் பெற்றது. known, kirtitam iti, famous. Yes,
well known.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The Tamil book mentioned now the name of the author and that is just there is a book called Shivaleelarnavam which you can find in the online less irukku, but I wouldn't recommend that. There is this book which is available online. ஆனா இப்ப வாங்காதீங்கோ, because that has a lot of mistakes in it. ரொம்ப typo mistakes இருக்கு. So that's why I did not recommend any book. None of the book that is present, there is Tamil meaning, even the Tamil has a lot of mistakes in it. padam padama irukku. It's not worth buying that book. They are going to reprint it again, and when that reprint happens, I will let you know. Until then, this is the book that is available. Yeah. Any other questions? Shankari Madhya. Yeah. Namaste.
Namaste Mahodaya.
Yeah.
Drona pushpam iti purvam.
Tumbapu.
Tumbapu.
Someone sent the botanical name, Lucas aspera.
Lucas aspera iti drishyate net madhye. Kintu samanya nama na drishyate. Kintu balye bahu adhikam drishtavati. Idani virala darshanam. Kintu darshanam asti na iti na. विरल दर्शनं तद् बहु तादृश श्वेतवर्णः अन्यत्र न
दृश्यते एव. सत्यं.
महोदय वदति चेत् अस्माकं तद् आकर्षकम् अस्ति. वयमपि अमरकोशं निश्चयेन पठामः एव. महोदय यद्यद् वदति तत् सर्वं अस्माकं बहु आस्वादनम् अस्ति. निश्चयेन पठनीयम् इति इच्छा भवति. महान् धन्यवादाः भवत्यै.
Yeah, even I wanted to tell about that Amarkosh only. Even I would like to read that one. You have created a lot of interest for that one. But which book you recommend to?
Anything. Say, I think there is also a class on Vyoma you can check out. I vaguely remember that there is a course on Vyoma about this, so you can think about that. Solungo. Yes.
Venkat Subramaniam sir வந்து first ஆண்டா எடுத்திருக்காரு அமரகோஷால கம்ப்ளீட்டா டீச் பண்ணிருக்காரு.
Right. ஆமா, அதுதான் ரொம்ப நல்லா அது இருக்கும். So you can look at that course on Vyoma, and it'll be very useful. Yeah. Next.
Okay, dhanyawad Mahodaya.
Yeah, namaste. I am a very recent entrant to Amarakosha, because it's something which we did not even think about when we were studying. When I started studying when I was very young. But before me, a lot of people, the traditional method of studying is to just memorize Amarakosha without any thought. So that was one of the earlier practices about Amarakosha. We were never into that formally. Now I find it very fascinating to study. Yeah. Okay. Namaste. Any other questions? Yeah.
I don't have any questions. When I was studying in the 7th or 8th standard in Trichy, I used to collect Tumbaipu, and it is so easy to pluck, I tell you.
True.
And a bunch of them in the hand makes you feel so happy, you know. The other thing is, it looks like Amarakosham can be done in the form of Amaropedia. You know, with so many.
It is available actually.
It is available?
It's a searchable GitHub. There are a lot of resources for Amarakosha online. You can search using the meaning.
நான் சொல்றது என்னன்னாக்கா, இந்த லெக்சர்ஸ்லாம் கொடுக்குறவங்க ஒவ்வொரு இதையும் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் வெரி இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங் அமரகோஷம் சப்ஜெக்ட் எடுத்துட்டு புராணங்கள்ல எங்கெங்கெல்லாம் யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கா,
அது ரிசர்ச் வர்க். That's a PhD material நீங்க சொல்றது.
I know எவ்வளவு அவனம் என்ட்ரிஸ் இருக்கோ அந்த நம்பர் ஆஃப் PhD பண்ண சொல்லணும்.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions, doubts or observations? Okay. I'll stop with this. Namasundara Tasmai Halasya Vasine Chatushishti Vidhalila Yenakari Bhuvastale Srimad Sundaranathasya Devim Shapralochana Kalaye Hridaye Nityam Kadamba Vanavasini. Okay.
Rameshwara.